Welcome to Reddit Seeker Christmas Stories. Sing a Christmas carol for a tip, posted by user Pizza Throwaway 7035. I've been a pizza delivery driver for several years, and today is the first day I legitimately feel ashamed of doing what I do. This story may not seem to be a huge deal to some people, since it's probably more of me being socially inept when it comes to a big audience and being recorded and not being comfortable with my singing voice. So I may be overreacting, but I can't shake this feeling of humiliation. Since I was a kid, I've always been pretty shy. Even amongst close friends I'm somewhat quiet, and I am absolutely terrible speaking in front of large crowds. I remember in high school having nightmares for weeks about having to do an upcoming presentation, and I would be dreading doing it every day until the day of. Not only that, but I'm a terrible singer, and I know it. I don't even feel comfortable singing in front of friends and family. Which brings me to the actual story. I had a delivery today with a note written in the special instructions section that said sing a Christmas carol for a tip. I didn't really take it all that seriously, and figured they were just joking. And if they weren't, I thought of a corny line to say while driving there to hopefully satisfy them if they were serious. So I show up and it's some kind of small party going on. There's probably roughly 10-15 teenagers gathered around in the living room, and the mom comes to the door and takes the pizzas. There were 6 larges. As I give her the receipt to sign, she then looks at me with a smile and goes, "So did they tell you?" Me, haha. "Oh, the note? Yeah, I saw that, but trust me, you don't want to hear me sing." Her, "Oh come on, you have to." She then ushers me inside and closes the door behind me. All of the people there are watching me and already have their phones out recording me. I instantly get uncomfortable and want to leave as quickly as possible. An audience is one thing, but being recorded by multiple people will instantly make me feel anxious. Her, "Well go on, sing." Me, "No really, I'm a terrible singer. I'm sure I will ruin your Christmas." Christmas is still several weeks away. I have no idea why they wanted a Christmas carol so bad. Her, "Oh come on, I'll make it worth your while," she said as she waved a 20.5 inches front of me. I continued to insist on being a terrible singer and not being comfortable with it, but she kept pushing. Eventually I decided to try my corny line and hoped it would satisfy them. So I just said, "Okay, how about rub-a-dub-dub, I brought you some grub," which was corny AF and holy hell so cringy to say and made me feel infinitely more uncomfortable. Obviously no one laughed, and she went, "No, it has to be a Christmas carol." I insisted more about not wanting to sing and was starting to get seriously pissed off and uncomfortable that she wasn't taking no for an answer, and she kept waving the money in front of my face to encourage me. So finally I just said, "Look, I'm sorry but I am not going to sing for money." She looked at me incredulously for a second and went, "Wow, it was only for fun, you know." "Well, you're definitely not getting this then," she said as she pulled the 20 away and only gave me the 5 and the receipt she had signed. I said thank you and quickly left, while I heard several comments behind me from everyone else like, "Wow, is he serious? What a dick. Ugh, gross. WTF, this even means I have no idea." Disgusted she didn't hear a Christmas carol, I guess. Wow, did he really have to make us feel so bad? So yeah, it's just being pressured to sing, which I guess should just be fun, but I've never felt so used and humiliated while working here. I legitimately feel ashamed to be working a minimum wage job now, and truly feel like I'm on the lowest rung of the ladder in society. I was just a tool for their entertainment that they thought would jump at the chance to make a fool of myself for an extra $20. I'm a pizza delivery driver, not a f***ing performer. Edit, first time getting gold on Reddit and it's on a throwaway. Haha. Thanks though. I really appreciate all the kind words, everyone. It's awesome going from feeling humiliated last night to feeling proud of myself today. Thank you all so much. Now for some top comments. F that. There is no reason that would be okay to do. You handled that well for what is probably one of the most uncomfortable things I've read on here. Also F them for waving a tip in your face and taking it back because you are not a dancing monkey. That's exactly what I thought when I was leaving. I figured they might as well be saying dance, monkey, dance. It's been like 6 hours since it happened and I still feel humiliated about it. I'm sure this is going to turn into one of those bad embarrassing memories that I'll remember 10 years from now. Haha. Dude, this should not be an embarrassing moment for you to look back on. No matter how awkward the silence might have been. This should be remembered as the time you stood up for yourself instead of letting people walk over you. And if anyone should feel embarrassed later, it should be them, thinking back about the time they felt so narcissistic enough to try to make you do this. Be proud of how you handled this man. I wish we could have their address. I'm sure many of us would love to sing them a song. Thanks man, I really appreciate it. Doing my best to look at the bright side, and now that I think about it, I'm happy that I bluntly told them no. Sing a carol if you want to order a pizza. Nah. It's not Christmas all year long. Want a pizza? Bark like a dog. You were the only dignified person in this situation. You had true self-respect and decency here. These dicks tried to manipulate you into acting the fool. A dancing monkey is a very accurate phrasing here. A whore at worst. I would judge you more if you had caved, and I would feel pity in you. You however get my sincerest admiration and praise. You are amazing, and should seriously tell your boss to blacklist this house for being shitty to his staff. No one deserves to be treated like that. Man, when a couple of dumb photos got a lot of karma on Reddit, it started happening at my pizza shop. Sure, the first person to nicely request a joke written on the pizza box was funny and clever. Once 1/3 orders was demanding we draw Wolverine fighting a pterodactyl in the middle of dinner rush. I hated every one of those orders before I even left the store. I hated it when people act disappointed or upset that you didn't love their asshole behavior. Just for fun? Just for your fun. This is my job, and if I stopped boxing pizzas to draw Spider-Man on every box, I would be fired. Those people are the same people who see cute pictures of puppies online then go out and get a puppy to neglect. They are unoriginal and ignorant. Just copy an idea from the internet then be upset when the result isn't some fairy tale. Seriously people, stop trying to make your pizza delivery fun. I picked this job specifically so I don't have to put up waitstaff bullshit like singing for people. I don't even have enough energy to be happy go with my coworkers. What makes you think I want to belt out a tune for some a-holes eating pizza? I have been in management for the last 10 years. This year, due to my son's health, I was unable to work the hours needed to keep my job as a manager, and I moved back home with my mother and started working as a pizza delivery driver. As a manager, I have always taken good care of my employees, because without them, the business wouldn't run. Period. You take care of your employees, they work hard for you and don't quit, which is a huge problem for most businesses, as higher turnover means spending more money. So, it was extremely difficult for me when I started to deliver pizzas. Not because I felt the job was beneath me, but because the manager had no idea how to manage effectively. He was a complete dick. Didn't train me, didn't have your back, didn't stick to his word, couldn't get a game plan together, just all around a crappy manager. Now one day I have a customer call and complain about how long I took to get there. Their house was in the very edge of our route and we weren't even supposed to deliver to them. But my manager decided to make an exception. I hadn't lived in this city for 6 years and had just moved back, and of course their house was in a newly developed area that even my GPS didn't recognize. It took me about 20 minutes to find their house, which was a duplex, because their address didn't match what was on the building. It wasn't even close. Something like 1234 Angel Street with 5555 Angel Street written on the building. I had called the customer over and over and was just about to return to the store when the customer walked outside and flagged me down. I explained everything that happened to my manager. When they called to complain, he threw me under the bus, telling them that he would have a talk with me about drive times and whatnot. I was livid but I let it go. The final straw was when I was about to leave on a delivery but I was waiting on one item. The phone rang and the CSR was helping a customer and there was no one else in the building. After getting it drilled into my head that all phones have to be answered before 3 rings and drivers needed to help out with it more, I decided to take the call before leaving with the order. Boy did I get yelled at for that one. The pizza was ready for a whole minute before I hung up the phone. When I got back I ended up getting fired on the spot for telling him exactly I can work for a what I say goes type of manager. But if you're going to be one, then you better be damn sure in what you're telling me so I don't get in trouble for listening to you. The point of my story is that there are great managers that will have your back no matter what. Well, unless you do something remarkably stupid and deserve to be fired, and those managers that are in it for the paycheck and power. My friend was a driver and one time a customer tried to give him just a change which was like 20 cents. He turned it down and made a comment to the person. That person ended up calling the manager on him and the manager's response was something like, "Well, if you had tipped better this wouldn't have been a problem." Sounded like a good person to work for. I've worked in customer service a lot and, as shitty as it sounds, My go-to reaction for things like this is to lie. I'm not talking about for actual work-related things, but stupid stuff like this. Blame it on corporate boss whenever you can. Can you come inside? I'm sorry ma'am, but no I cannot. It's against company policy. Can you do us a dance and sing and jerk off for us? I would love to ma'am, but unfortunately the time our delivery runs now. If you don't mind, could you sign here please? As long as you do it with a smile they will believe every word, you don't look like the bad guy, and you avoid an awkward situation. Also, I'm so sorry you had to deal with such ignorant, selfish snots. That's completely inappropriate and you handled it beautifully. They should be ashamed of themselves. I love doing this. I'm a bartender at the Olive Mac Chili Bees that encourages the staff to sing. I'm a decent singer and will really play it up for the crowd if it's an unassuming birthday patron. A couple of months ago we had a table of ladies out for a Sex in the City night. They were horrible, loud, blocking the aisle, trying to get drunk off our cheapest drinks, disturbing other tables. Right cunts. At the end of their meal another bartender drops the check. One of them sneers at her, and with a real snotty tone says, "It's her birthday." We want him, meaning me, to sing. I had already sang for a regular earlier that evening. He tipped me an extra $20. My blood started boiling when I heard about it. I was not going to be pimped so they could have a story to tell at the office on Monday. Then I got an idea. Sure, I'll sing. I grabbed their free dessert and walked up to the table and cleared my throat. They started whooping and got their phones out. I set the free cake in front of birthday bitch and I sang, "This is your birthday song. It isn't very long." Hey, set the forks down on the table a little more forcefully than usual, turned and walked away. They tried to bitch to management, but even my GM had had enough of them. Maybe got tipped 10% on a table that can't, but goddamn it felt good. Keep your head up. OP, you have more dignity and class than that mom and those fucking brats combined. She probably really needed the $20 anyway for her daytime Chardonnay addiction. Your manager is a dick. I worked as a delivery guy for a year and I had the same thing happen to me. $15 for a song and dad was recording it. Was a teenage girl's birthday party, upper middle class neighborhood. I guess they thought it would be fun to see a common man sing for money. I just powered through it and left. Plot twist, I am a good singer. Like I do karaoke on the weekends. I am normally pretty reserved but when I sing I get into it. I burned the house down figuratively. The best part was wiping the smile off of the dad's face as he saw his wife blush and gasp to her friends when I called her a hound dog. Dude was kinda pissed. I have seen this look before when some lady drags her boyfriend to a karaoke bar and she is impressed enough to walk over and say I sing good. Then the dude's just slowly burning while I smile like an idiot. That was dad's face right there and then. He lowered the camcorder because it wasn't going to be as much fun as he originally thought. F that guy. F that job. If you don't like it, move on. You could probably find a better job, or at least one where people don't expect a performance from you. Good luck, whether you leave or stay. Good luck. Happy Star Wars 7, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. If you like this video, please like and subscribe.